Black Friday has officially arrived in GTA Online, and I was honestly scared to even start writing this script because we've got 50 discounts to look over this week. I had to go through all 50 and pick the best ones to put on this list. What would normally be like 4 or on a good day 5 has now turned into 20. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to post this video on time. I'm going to split this video into sections instead of going through everything one by one because the amount is so ridiculous that we can actually do that, and also because I don't want to spend like 30 minutes of your life. On top of that, we've got some of the highest discounts I've ever seen in GTA Online, so get your wallet ready, sit down and take notes. If this video brings you any help or enjoyment in any way, don't forget to leave a like and consider subscribing. Let's get right into it. Let's start with the service vehicles that are discounted this week, and we've got a total of 2. Kicking things off with the Avenger, which is not only the biggest discount of the week, but also the biggest discount I've ever seen. This thing is 70% off. Not only the vehicle itself, but also all its upgrades and modifications. The Avenger is an absolute beast, easily one of the most powerful weaponized vehicles in the game. You can find it on WARTSTOCK, and as for the upgrades, the ones you definitely want to buy in my opinion are the gun turrets and the vehicle workshop, unless you already have one in the MOC. However, this week is so insanely cheap that you can just buy everything, to be honest. As for the modifications you can install in the hangar, most of them are solid, and if you've got money to spare, go for it. But if I had to highlight a couple, I'd say the stealth module and the turret upgrades. Before moving on, if you don't know how the Avenger works, basically you can activate autopilot through the interaction menu, then head to the back and use the turret yourself, or let your friends do it. It also comes with veto mode, and it lets you start some missions that can be pretty fun if you're looking for new content to play. Let's move on. Next up, and last of the service vehicles, we've got the Terabyte, along with all its respective upgrades and modifications, and this one is 50% off, another great discount. As for the upgrades, the only one that I would say is truly essential is the Specialized Workshop, which is the only place in the game where you can upgrade and modify the Oppressor Mark II, including equipping missiles and countermeasures. If you take it to the Garment Factory, it has some additional upgrades there. From those, the ones you absolutely need are the Master Control Terminal, and if you plan on using the Terabyte in free roam, the Missile Lock-on Jammer as well, since it boosts its defense power even more. The main purpose of the Terabyte is really to serve as the workshop for the Oppressor Mark II, but it also lets you unlock the trade price for it and start resupply missions for some of your other businesses. Now let's move on to the properties, and we've got quite a few. Starting with the businesses, we've got the nightclub and its upgrades at 50% off. In my opinion, the nightclub is in the top 5 best things you can and should buy in GTA Online, but that's only if you plan on playing for a long time. If not, it's honestly not worth buying, and I'll explain why. When it comes to modifications, the only ones you really want to buy are the storage upgrades. Here you can buy both vehicle storage, meaning garages, and product storage, which is tied to the business side. Again, if you plan on playing long term, try to buy as many of these as possible. As for the upgrades, if you want your nightclub to run well, you need both the staff and equipment upgrade. The nightclub generates money in 2 ways. From the safe, which requires no setup other than keeping popularity up, and from the warehouse, which uses your other external businesses. After you set that up, it becomes passive income and you only need to sell. As you can imagine, all of this ends up being extremely expensive, and that's why I said if you're not planning to play for a long time, it's not really worth investing. I'll try to give each property a quick review without going too deep so the video doesn't get too long, just enough to give you a fast idea. If you want more details, I'll try to leave cards in the video linking to other guides that explain each topic, business, property, or vehicle better. Next up, we've got the Garment Factory, also 50% off. This one already comes fully equipped. There aren't really upgrade options like most other businesses, which makes things easy. It's extremely cheap, and on top of that, this week you can literally make back the money you spent on it, and even more in like 25 minutes because it has a money bonus that I'll explain in a second. The Garment Factory is a surprisingly complete property. It gives you access to new upgrades for the Terabyte, it comes with a weapon workshop, a 10-car garage, a fast travel system to several locations around the city, and even a safe, which by the way is the worst safe in the entire game. As for its main money method, these are the FIB files. There are 4 different ones, and each week one of them pays double and is marked as a priority file. Normally it pays around 300k, however this week the priority file, which is the fine art file, is paying 4 times money in RP, so $1.2 million. These missions are very simple and always take around 25 minutes. $1.2 million in 25 minutes is pretty damn good, let's be real. Next up, we've got the hangar and its respective upgrades, also 50% off. The best locations are definitely the ones in Fort Zancudo because they're great for sourcing missions, they're centered on the map, they have a good spawn point, and you can even fly in and out of Zancudo in free roam without getting a wanted level. As for upgrades, really simple. The essential ones are the living quarters and the workshop, which is what lets you customize your aircraft. The rest is purely cosmetic. The hangar obviously lets you store and customize your planes, but it also lets you make money. You'll be sourcing different types of crates with different values and bonuses, and then selling when you want. It sounds simple, and it is, but not as simple as it looks. So if you plan on grinding this, I'd recommend watching a detailed guide so you know exactly what you're doing. I'll also include here really quickly 2 businesses that in my opinion aren't anything crazy but are still worth it. The Mackenzie Field Hangar and the hands-on car wash. The Mackenzie Hangar can kind of be used as a filler activity between cooldowns of big money methods if you want. And the car wash has a good save, but it depends on how many other businesses you own, and on top of that you have to do missions to lower your heat to keep making money. If you don't have the patience for that like me, just don't buy it. The rest of the business is pretty ass, not gonna lie. And finally, for the properties, we have the Eclipse Boulevard Garage, also 50% off. This is one of the main garages I use in the game. It comes with 5 floors, each holding 10 vehicles. It's not the prettiest garage in the game, but it also does the job of storing a ton of vehicles in one single location. If you were looking to organize your vehicles better, or you didn't have a big garage, or you need extra space for even more vehicles, go ahead and buy this one. Let's move on to the weaponized vehicles that are discounted this week, and for anyone who loves this type of vehicle, listen up. We're starting with the fastest general vehicle in the entire game, the F-160 Raiju at 40% off. In fact, everything on the list is 40% off. The Raiju already comes fully armed, so in terms of modifications, you only have performance and visual upgrades to play with. It has the best VTOL mode in the game, insanely responsive, and it also has stealth mode. On top of that, like I said, it's the fastest vehicle in GT Online, reaching 232 miles per hour, even fast enough to outrun homing missiles. As for the weapons, it comes with homing missiles and explosive machine guns. So overall, it's a very easy jet to use, extremely fast, and doesn't require much skill, making it a very good purchase. Normally, it's super expensive, so this is the perfect time. Since we started with the Raiju, let's stay on aircraft. The Hydra is essentially a weaker version of the Raiju, though still an incredible jet. However, it does have better explosive machine guns, that's for sure. It also has VTOL mode, but nowhere near as good as the Raiju's, and it doesn't have stealth mode. Performance-wise, it reaches 209 miles per hour. The B-11 Strike Force is also on the discount list this week, and this is one of the best and most underrated planes in the game. In the hangar, it can be equipped with bombs and countermeasures, which is pretty awesome. Now, it does have a pretty bad flying performance at only 163 miles per hour, which is usually a negative, but at the same time is actually good for control if you're not skilled with jets like me. Outside of that, I think it's sensational. The weapons are solid, explosive machine guns with an amazing and unique sound, homing missiles, and the 7 missile barrage, which is incredible. On top of that, it has insane durability, unlike anything else. Even though it only takes 6 homing missiles or 2 RPGs to destroy it, you can slam this thing into the ground at ridiculous speed and force it, and it just survives. Till this day, every time this thing tanks a crash, I genuinely get shocked. If you're into aircraft, trust me and grab the B-11 this week. Dropping back down to Earth, we've also got the Imponte Deluxo. The Deluxo is normally absurdly expensive, so you really should consider buying it now. It can be upgraded with mounted MGs and missiles in a vehicle workshop, and this is absolutely essential. It's basically the whole reason you'd buy the Deluxo in the first place. The machine guns are trash, so ignore those, but the missiles are some of the best in the game. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I still feel like the Vigilantes missiles are slightly better. Besides the good missiles, it has hover mode, which can be cool in some situations, but it's not good at all for transportation. Overall, it's a vehicle much more suited for PvP than for missions, but it can tank any explosions. Its brother, the Toreador, is also discounted this week. This one already comes with everything that makes it good, but of course you can add performance and visual upgrades. It's a heavy vehicle, but has a boost, which massively helps and is pretty spammable. Its missiles are a bit worse than the Deluxos, but still really good, and it has probably the best machine guns in the entire game. On top of that, it has far better armor, needing 6 homing missiles or 2 RPGs to be destroyed. Personally, I prefer the Toreador because overall it feels more challenging, I guess, and more fun. Finally, at the end of the weaponized list, we've got the Kanjali, the best tank in the game. It can be equipped with proximity mines, the railgun cannon, and the remote grenade launcher through the facility, although I don't think the grenade launcher is necessarily worth it. It has an extremely powerful cannon, especially with the railgun variant, and defensively it takes 8 homing missiles or 8 RPGs to be destroyed. The design for me is also one of the best parts. Don't tell me it's not both beautiful and terrifying at the same time. And finally, let's move on to the regular vehicles. We've got 3 solid IMANI Tech options and 3 of the fastest cars in the game. Starting with the IMANI Tech ones, we've got the Dubachi Champion at 40% off, and this one needs a discount to even be worth picking up. I mean, it is one of the most complete IMANI Tech vehicles, but the performance just isn't as good as you'd expect. Either way, it can be equipped with literally everything. Missile lock on jammer or remote control unit, armor plating, slick proximity mines, machine guns, and it also has bullet resistant windows. Pretty damn solid. It just fails in the performance department, and normally the price is too high. But this week with 40% off and the trade price, it's actually worth it. The Buffalo STX is also discounted and is one of my favorites. Sounds really good, performance is awesome, and is extremely fun to drive in my opinion. Just like the Champion, it can take all IMANI Tech upgrades, but for a much cheaper price. I highly recommend this one. The last IMANI Tech vehicle is the Granger 3600 LX, which is 30% off. It's not great performance wise, but in terms of upgrades, it's just like the others. Even the armor plating holds the same amount. Obviously, it's a heavy vehicle, but it looks badass, and it can carry up to 8 players, and I think 2 of them go hanging off the side, so you can imagine how fun that can get. If you've got a big crew, this is definitely worth considering. Next, we've got the Vigero ZX convertible, 40% off. This is the 6th fastest car in the game with HSW upgrade. It looks really good, has great customization, sounds amazing, and overall it's a very strong pick. Though personally, I prefer the non-convertible version. We also have the Uber Magna Yobi, 30% off, which is the 4th fastest car in the game with HSW. And in terms of driving, this one is the best one here. Sensational acceleration, really good top speed, great handling, it's just perfect in my opinion. If you like cars, you need this one. And finally, at the end of our list of the 20 best discounts this week, we've got the Bravado Banshee GTS, simply the fastest car in the entire game with HSW. A phenomenal car overall, and another that's absolutely worth considering. All of these are great picks, great cars, so make sure to take advantage while these discounts are alive. And that's finally it. These were the 20 best discounts I managed to filter out this week. Ideally, you would buy all of this, but at the end of the day, you'd still end up spending a few millions even with the discounts. So I recommend don't blow everything right now, because the Mansion DLC is right around the corner. And if you want to buy a mansion or any new vehicles that come out, it's smart to save some cash. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you did enjoy the video or if it helped you in any way, please leave a like, it helps me a lot, and consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss more videos like this. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.